So I wanted to make this video because I don't see many like it on YouTube. And you may see it on YouTube. Sorry, it's so dark in here, but it's like 10:30 at night. And I don't want a bunch of light in my face, especially this phone light. Are you an empath? Do you know what an empath is? I didn't know until I was like 35, 34, 35. I didn't know what an empath was. I knew what empathy was supposed to be, but I didn't know there was such a thing as people that are called or known for their emotional characteristics as empathic people. I made a post on Facebook about 5 or 6 years ago, and I said, I feel other people's feelings. And this was before I even knew really what was going on. I'm 35 years old at the time. I'm 40 now. 35 years old at the time, and I'm like, why is it that I can't walk into a restaurant or a grocery store or a convenience store? I just feel like the lady at the cash register or the person on the bingo machine or the person that's looking for the cheapest snack, because I can feel there. Or what really makes me not upset, but it makes me sad is when I hear somebody say how much. Oh, it does something to me when I hear them say how much. And I know a lot of people ask that, but I just feel like they're asking because they don't have enough, and that makes me feel so bad for them. Back to what I wanted to make this video about: recognizing and not touting the fact that you're an empath. You know, when I first discovered it and there was a label for it, I wanted people to understand, and I still do. That's why I'm making this video, but not to the point to where like it's in every conversation and that's my identity. It's a part of my identity, but it's not completely who I am, because I'm still a man and I'm still flawed and I still get out of character. I still say nasty stuff to good folks, or I should say mean stuff, not nasty. That could be taken out of context. I still fall, I still fall. I do feel a lot of people's sadness though, and their happiness. Like, I feel when someone's manic. I feel when someone's depressed. I feel when I never knew that there could be a transference of emotional energy like that. I never knew that was even a thing. I had no idea. Like, I knew it happens because I'm a human and humans affect each other. But I didn't know that certain people with a certain emotional intelligence or emotional assets — I don't like to say intelligence because it makes it sound like you're smarter than somebody else. I just like to say you have emotional assets, or we have emotional assets that some of us were born with. My mom nurtured mine from the time I was, as long as I can remember, in kindergarten. I didn't want to eat my peanuts and juice because the kid next to me didn't have his peanuts and juice. And instead of my mom being like, we ain't got money for that person's peanuts and juice, my mom scraped together on her, oh, I could cry now. She scraped together the change that she could so we both could get peanuts and juice until he was able to get his own. And that small, there's very few things I remember from my early childhood, and that is such a vivid and strong memory, and I cannot thank my mom enough for that. And now we've gotten to a place in life where we can openly talk about these things, and it doesn't sound like we're trying to brag on ourselves when we take a moment to feel somebody, or we see the pain in someone's eyes. We feel the pain in someone's eyes, I should say. My mom is an empath, and I think a lot of empaths can be very cynical. I am the biggest troll that my friends know because I'm a cynical and empathic person. Well, yeah, I'm kind of cynical in life, but you can care about something so much, it drives you to an unstable mood, like cynicism. And maybe that's what being a dark empath is. I don't know. I didn't really watch those YouTube videos, but maybe that's what it is. Cause it's like I try to get blocked from people's pages by saying stuff that I know that'll sting them, because I can feel them almost like, it feels like through the pictures. Like I can feel them. Like I see a lot of women. The biggest thing that I see on my social media, because when I started it, I started following a bunch of hot women, is I feel a lot of sadness in a lot of these women's eyes, and a lot of insecurity in men, but we'll talk about that in a minute. A lot of sadness, because there's a, like, I'm not saying I've never taken a selfie. You can go look at my Facebook page. I've taken plenty of selfies. Some have been in vain. I can look back and go, yeah, I took a selfie that day because I looked cute with my haircut. But, or cuter than normal. I don't know. I'm not perfect, but I recognize the vanity in that. And I see the vanity in a lot of these women, older and younger. And they, you know, poking their butt out and their makeup up and the face beat. And vanity is just running rampant through our entertainment, our media. It's just all about self, from the iPhone to the iVac to every I, me, my. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I really don't know the purpose of making this video. I just wanted to share, I guess, my testimony of dealing with this. Does this make me a special person? No, that's not why I'm making this video. Hopefully somebody else will see it that like has these feelings and not feel like, damn, I know exactly how he's feeling. You know, my aunt or uncle's a narcissist and they always coming to me and I'm always feeling like, but there are different levels, and I think my relationship with Jesus has helped me, and I'm not where I need to be. I'm not no saint, but it's helped me to understand, because I feel like Jesus was an empath. He was a healing empath. He could feel someone's pain. Like, he could feel it. So he was like the most super empathic person that ever lived and lived again. And I think incorporating him into this empathic journey, whatever thing, incorporating him into everything is awesome. Him into this has made me want to get even softer and more tender. And like, I was just at the Wharf seafood place down here where I live, and I overheard the assistant manager talking on the phone to somebody, venting. He was just venting. I tried not to listen, but he was literally like 3 or 4 feet behind me. He was getting his food the same time as me. He was taking his lunch break outside. Nice chilly day here in Montgomery. And I just walked up. Well, we sort of crossed paths. I was on the gate and he was walking by me, and I was like, man, I'll be glad when robots take it all over, or take over the restaurant business. Kinda. But it does have truth in it, because there's such a psychological component to working with food and the public that like a lot of people don't understand, but that's another video. And he was like, you wanna like eat? And I was like, yeah, heck yeah. I felt like that day my vibe was vibrating higher anyway. Like, I just felt, something was different about this day. You know what I mean? You just feel different. So we eat outside, we sit down, we start eating, and, he's been a Pizza Hut manager for 10 years. Now he's over at this new restaurant. This is his second day. Cashier left because the tips wasn't right. She called everybody a racist and dipped. And he's dealing with all this on his second day. And I just wanted to feel him. You know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to feel, because I wanted it sort of selfishly, like, feed me your feelings. But I also wanted him to express it, to say it. get it off his chest, to, talk about his stuff. Because I can understand, being in the food service industry a while myself, I can definitely understand. And so we sat and talked randomly. And when we, getting back to why I said what I said about how I feel like Jesus just has even more, because I think there can be empathy on different levels, for sure. Like, I think when you have it, you have it. But if you nurture it like you do anything, it'll grow. And then you start caring more, and maybe you start crying more, and maybe it's like a schedule. Like, I cry once a week to get it all out. I've started learning how to ground and go put my bare feet on the earth and get out in the sun and do things that neurologically and psychologically affect me in ways that I can be useful with the gift that God has given me and given all of us. We've just gotten so tied up with why? Stay strong. If you are empathic, or you're someone that's just watching this video this long, thank you. But if you feel like that, you feel like you feel other people's feelings and you want to be useful, reach out to me. I don't know the ways. I'm still figuring it out myself. Like, I would love to meet like someone that, really, really knows about empathy. I've watched documentaries on it and seen a couple like doctors, psychologists talk about it that I think I reached out to on Instagram because I wanted just to talk to them about it. Because if you look it up, it says it's a science fiction term, but I don't know why. It's weird almost that it says that when doctors and pretty much everybody knows empathy is real. So being an empath, a person that is, I guess, more sensitive to empathetic feelings. And I would just say to you, just be strong, meditate, breathe, get your bare feet on the ground. The most important thing is ask Jesus to just, I ain't trying to get all Joel Osteen, just ask him to just talk to you. And then if you want to ask him to come into your life, that's your decision. But just because the Holy Spirit is real, and once you start looking for it, or expecting it, I should say, it will reveal itself to you, himself or herself, or whatever gender the Holy Spirit is. But things will start clicking and popping, and where there's like this another level of consciousness that following Jesus raises you to, truly. And then if you're already feeling like you're an empath, you're trying to stay positive anyway. You don't want to be around no drama. And if you do, that's super bad. Don't even watch. I'm 40 years old, and I limit what I watch on TV. If it's got too much shooting and murdering, and I don't watch it. I've also noticed, a little side topic, that most Hollywood movies, or most streaming movies, always have some sort of tension scene where like someone's getting abducted or kidnapped or taken. It's like, it's really wild how much they feed that stuff to people, that fear. If they can get us down to a lower vibration, this is proven. If they can get us down to a lower vibration, thinking lower, doing lower, like a subhuman, they can control us here. Once we break free from that, they realize that hope and faith are uncontrollable. You can't control hope and faith. You just can't. And we need control, the government thinks. I guess I've talked long enough. It's been 15 minutes, and I hope you've gained something from this. if you watched this whole video, drop a comment and let me know. Reach out. See, there I go again. Being an empath. It sounds so self-righteous, and I don't want it to be. How can I say it better? Being empathetic to others. Alone is awesome, but you love being around good energy. You'd rather be alone than be around bad energy. Some people don't mind running towards the tornado. Others run away from it. There's no correct one, actually. So, anyways, peace, love, respect. God bless. Thank y'all for watching and listening to my story. Testimony, I guess. Peace.